Another thing about discipline that we need to understand is that the children are social beings. They make decisions about themselves and how to behave based on how they see themselves in relationship to others and how they think others feel about them. And this is very important, very critical. The children sees themselves in the mirror of their parents. The parent reflects to the child their image, all right? The child's image. And they will always look and see how their image is reflected on this mirror, the parents. And if the picture reflected from mom and dad is always negative and bad, then the child will believe after a while, I am bad. Okay? If mom and dad always say that I'm not good, I'm doing this bad, and punishing me and demeaning me and humiliating me, then I must be bad. Okay? Remember that children are constantly making decisions and forming beliefs about themselves, and about the world, and about what they need to survive and to thrive. They're constantly thinking during those moments, during the day, they're making those decisions and trying to understand themselves and trying to see what to do in the future to survive. And the parents are there to reflect this and to guide them. A lot of times, behavior, bad behavior that the children do is because of a mistaken belief in their head. Their goal, they want to belong. We'll talk about this in a minute. But most of the time, they don't know how to do it. So they are not consciously aware of the goal they hope to achieve. Like, for example, they want attention, all right? They want your attention. They want mom's attention or dad's attention. So they become disruptive or silly, okay? Unconsciously, they want attention. They don't know that. And then this reflects in a behavior that is not good, all right? That's disruptive behavior. And then what do? We punish them for the behavior, but without understanding the underlying goal, all right? This unconscious goal. And if we pay attention more to the underlying cause of this, we can actually treat this behavior better than just punishing them. Do you get the idea? Sometimes they have mistaken ideas of how to achieve what they want, and they behave in ways that achieve just the opposite of their goal. So they want to belong. So they come and butt in conversation or disrupt or become silly. So what happens? People avoid them, or mom will punish them or send them to the room. So it did the opposite. They want to feel belonging to this situation. Say there are a group of visitors, and this little 5-year-old comes in and he wants to share the fun, to be there. He starts to make noises and stuff like this. Then you punish them, or you yell at them, or send them to the room. Their goal is what? Is to feel part of the family and part of the fun. What ended up happening, because of their bad behavior, they got punished. As parents, we need to understand this underlying goals and be able to adjust and be able to treat this in a better way than just punishing them and sending them to the room. For example, also, obnoxious behavior, like pulling their sister's hair, or or making a lot of noise. A lot of behaviors are for attention, and we will talk about the mistaken goals of behavior. So, in other words, if you have a child who is not mentally ill or anything, I'm talking about normal kids now, I'm not talking about major psychiatric disorders, because a lot of times we misunderstand that a little bit, that there are kids that are really having problems, big psychiatric problems. But in normal kids who start to misbehave, sometimes they have those underlying goals and they cannot get it resolved in a more constructive way. There are 4 mistaken goals of behavior. There is a theory about those. There is a psychologist, his name was Rudolf Dreikers, and he came up with 4 mistaken goals of behavior. And we go over them quickly, but you know, in the book you can read more about it.
Mistaken by whom, the children or the parents?
Children. The children. So the child, in other words, the child is doing a behavior for a different goal, all right? So, and it looks different, you know. So what are those? Attention is number 1, and they think the basic idea behind it in their mind, I belong only when I have your attention. So their goal is to get your attention to belong, okay? So if they're making, again, disruption because they want attention, they want to belong by getting the attention of others. And those kids usually have this problem because their parents are too busy, they're not giving them enough time, they're not getting enough attention at home. Mom is busy with work, dad is busy with work, they come from work, they watch TV, they laundry, but nobody stays and talks to those kids, all right? So what do? They go to church or go to school and they become disruptive a little bit because they want the attention, whether negative or positive, it is at least some attention, okay? So, and their behavior becomes disruptive just to feel that they want to belong by that. The other goal is, mistaken goal is power. I belong only when I'm winning or in charge, at least when I don't let, or at least when I don't let you win. What does that mean is, a lot of, remember the very strict parent, the authoritarian kind of drill sergeant parent? That type of parent produces that type of goal in kids. So if they're at home, they are basically completely controlled. They are very, very, they don't have any kind of freedom, all right? And so what do? When they get out of home, they want to feel in charge, okay? So say if they're in a classroom, all right? When the teacher tells them to do something, they say, no, I'm not going to do this. They want to be in charge. They don't want anybody to tell them what to do anymore, because at home they've been told what to do all the time. They don't have any freedom. They're always controlled.